ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. Welcome to the podcast. I am your host, Sauce McKenzie. Please get a copy of my book, The Game Changer, 8 Tips for Man to Find Peace. A very informative book that will help you through a lot of situations that you may go through as a man, as a person. It's a great gift. Christmas is coming along. Go to Amazon. Get a copy of my book, The Game Changer, 8 Tips for Man to Find Peace. How y'all doing? It's a beautiful Tuesday, man. What is today, December 17th? We going back to back, 2 pods in a week. You're welcome. Just trying to refocus, regroup. Got some good content out there yesterday. My opinions always matter. Strategically, I'm doing different things for 2025, trying to reduce the profanity because I have a large audience of people who don't like a lot of profanity. I mean, just do like 1/5 of what I usually do. People don't mind an occasional, bleep or two, but just if you had to put it on the radio and it's 95 bleeps, then it's probably too much cussing. And that's just things you learn having a pod, getting different audiences, different people to vibe with you, engaging with different people. You get emails positive. I get emails from people, women 60 years old, black women, like, this stuff is so beautiful. You just don't curse so much. I remember my mother-in-law, rest in peace, to tell me, it's good, just I don't like the ones with all the cursing. So if I can cut back, and I'm an articulate dude, I won the spelling bee 4 years in a row in my class. I was very smart. I took being smart as a challenge. I wasn't one of them, scared to be smart niggas. I took being smart as a challenge. So I take pride in having a vocabulary, voracious vocabulary, where I don't have to use so much profanity. Now, in some stories, profanity is going to be necessary, needed. In some situations, my private life, profanity still may be needed, may be necessary. But what I'm saying is just to get my point across, to tell my stories. For my money makers, I don't have to just curse. I can do different things. How's everybody doing? Thoughts and prayers. School shooting, Madison, Wisconsin. Let's unpack that. First of all, when you have a school shooting, bro, you really want to make sure you send your condolences to the families of the victims. That's why it's very sticky to discuss these things. I've also, myself personally, worked in education. So I'm someone who, that's a very sticky subject for me because I love the babies. Then we found out it was a young lady. How can these things be honestly discussed and prevented? At some point, you got to feel safe sending your child to school. You know what I'm saying? And at some point, you know what kids are kind of closer to that situation and which ones aren't. You had the situation in Georgia where they went after the parents. Something has to be done. And I'm a Second Amendment guy, bro. You got a right to whatever amount of firearms your heart desires. That is your right as an American. But if your kid is withdrawn, 12, 13, fascinated with death and guns, you need to spend a little more quality time and see what's happening. We all here to protect the babies in some form or another. And it's tragic when we can't protect the babies. Now, from what I read, this young lady had dealt with firearms before, expressed her hatred for other ethnicities. How do you compress that when you're still dealing with a child who took the life of a child? These are difficult conversations we must have. Do you hold parents to any accountability? This is a grave problem in the United States of America. That is the fear of anyone that works in the school in the year 2024 or 25. When I was going to school in the 80s, 90s, only thing you might have to worry about is a teacher. If you got a fine-ass science teacher, her ex-boyfriend, Lester, he trying to get in the building, holler at her, bring some flowers. He mad. He done got caught cheating. Got caught with a lady sitting on his lap in one of them wicker chairs. He trying to get in the school to see his baby. But as far as strangers coming into school, nah, we ain't really had too much of that. Because if you was too weird, by the time I got to middle school, high school, we was going to get on your ass ourselves. It didn't even take the police. Shit. So, but now, in all seriousness, I pray for all the victims. I pray for the people who had to hear that terror of those gunshots. Hearing gunshots is no small feat. It stays with you like rain, pitter-pat, randomly in your dreams. You never know when you're going to hear them. Concrete Genius Media. Follow me on all socials. Concrete Genius Pod. Instagram, YouTube, Concrete Genius Media, Facebook, ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, TikTok. My TikTok be joking too. Shout out to all my TikTokers, man. I rock with y'all. All my OGs still rock with me. My day ones jump on my shit and type, text. All the people that send me reels, my nephews, my cousins, my day one homies. We gonna keep rocking. You're gonna keep getting this heavy content. Is this akin to unnecessary violence in poor communities? Do you feel like these things are rushed to judge as mental health when some of them are just criminal? It's a very sticky situation. I pray everyone has a safe life, safe journey, safe experience. And I just pray for the parents who got kids kindergarten, 6th, 7th grade. I pray for your peace of mind. I pray for the safety of your children. And if I could ask Donald Trump something, that's what I ask him. I say, Donald Trump, we got to get guns out the hands of these kids. I want to go all the way across the board. I want to go neighborhood violence. I want to go school shootings. I want to get it all. Get these guns out the hands of these kids. We need more therapists and psychiatrists in the schools to diagnose and identify these kids. And if need be, start isolating these kids early. If need be, let's have random metal detectors. Rich kids, and I say this with all due respect to lives lost, rich kids deserve to have the safety of metal detectors too. See, when I was People be like, oh man, they got metal detectors. Well, good. That means ain't nobody got guns but the police. I mean, that's kind of an advantage for me. I'm kind of comfortable. Like now I can enjoy the game. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't look at metal detectors and say, oh shit, I want to bring my hammer in here. No, I looked at metal detectors and said, wow, they care. It's mothers and daughters and families and fathers and uncles and grandpas and grandmas. Let's really relax and have a good time. Y'all need to put some metal detectors in some of these affluent white schools. Random pat downs. Because you can get stoked by the emotions of it, the circumstances of it. See, we've gotten to a point in America where we get so gung-ho on either side. Something happened to somebody black. It's, oh man, I told you, that community always does this. Black, those ghetto welfare bastards. Then something happens to somebody white, you be like, hey, I told y'all, you know, them motherfuckers are always on some bullshit. I caught them fucking with her, that little boy, you know what I'm saying? Or something, they done blew some shit up. So it's always stereotypes. Everybody ready to go gung-ho about what they heard. Everybody's so miserable. They got to label some shit on the other class of people. Mexicans got to come over and hate black people. Other ethnicities got to come over and hate black people just to feel like they part of the social landscape instead of everybody just getting along. But what we really need to be doing is putting all differences aside and understanding for the greater good. It's not safe for your grandchildren to have to worry about active shooter drills. After your grandma marched through Selma, Alabama. You know what I'm saying? After your auntie was in Cicero, Illinois with Martin Luther King, and you got to worry about a school shooting in 2024, that's ludicrous. We need some type of overall protection for the babies. That would be my thing. But not let's just focus on the ones that we give the mental health label to. If we gon', I say this respectfully, if we gonna deem offender A as having mental health issues, let's make sure when Marquavius or something happened at 15, he get into a shootout. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt of having mental health issues too. That's my thing. I'm not here to play no politics. I'm not here to play y'all turn, our turn. This race do this race do that. That's pointless. That's a waste of my energy. You know, if you a comedian, you getting the jokes off, cool. But to sit there and argue online about defending your race or attacking another race, we can get some jokes off. But if I feel like you punching the air, that's too much of my time. Even really talking about it. So we need to come together on the things that really matter, and that's really protecting the babies. It's nothing more, nothing greater. But I'm gonna need some of these black children to have the ability to say whatever trauma they going through is mental health. It shouldn't be hard. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, you see this shit. So when black kids get in shootouts at 14, or they forced to join a gang at 14, 13, or they seeing they mama boyfriend beat their mama ass at 13, 14. You know what I'm saying? They seeing their mother and their father fight. They seeing their mama and her stud girlfriend fight. And they snap off in school. And they haul off and they smack shit out of somebody or smack shit out of a teacher. Let's talk about their mental health. When somebody in the neighborhood young and something happen, somebody gets shot, unfortunately, Give them that same mental health grace. But in all, we want to prevent all this shit. But even then, school should be a sanctuary. It's too common in America to hear about school shootings. It happens too much. I mean, for lack of a better expression, it happens too much, and I'm sick of it. You know what I'm saying? So my prayers go out to everyone involved in Madison County. Everybody's ever been involved with a victim of a school shooting that's witnessed it. Think about all them poor babies that's grew up. If you done had how many? I'm gonna just do a quick Google. Hey Siri. How many school shootings have there been in the United States in the past 5 years? Since Columbine, there have been 426 shootings. So think about all the kids lost, families traumatized, all the kids that's witnessed it traumatized. That's not good. That's not good at all. So we really gotta get a hold on ourselves as a society. Start praying for people and not be at war with each other all the time. Look, whatever gonna happen, gonna happen. It really is. Now, we got to get some type of compassion and understanding in this country. When things happen, we can't just run to the side of, I'm glad it happened because it happened to them. And that's what's wrong with this country. We got too many people looking for spiritual payback, looking for mental payback. Listen, it ain't easy being a black man. Because anybody you deal with probably gonna lie to you at some capacity. Any politician, any person whatsoever. And then if they do lie to you, you gotta decide, is the relationship worth it for you to keep going? Sometimes the answer is yes. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, you're not getting this game nowhere else. So you learn how to deal and will as black men. And also you see shit. You see a white man kill a black man and get looked at as a hero. You see a white man shoot a CEO and get looked at as a hero. You see the Capitol happen, you get looked at as a hero. And we all know as black people, the roles could never be reversed. Just look what they did to the one dude who ran. I ain't gonna even talk about the dude no more. He doing his time. The black dude who ran in there January 6th. Come on, bro. But if you from a society, environment, household like me, you already grew up knowing, like, I can't do the same thing that the white man do. I can live a good life, but I live life by a different set of rules. I'm black. The rules are never the same. Donald Goines wrote an amazing book. All his books were amazing. But White Man's Justice, Black Man's Grief. Like, you can't walk the same tightropes that certain other ethnicities do under certain situations. Now, if you black and you become somewhat successful in your life and you make the right relationships and you financially get to a place where you can kind of do more than the average black person. A nigga don't never think you OJ. You know what I'm saying? Like, with that being said, and yes, black people do deserve reparations. But you got to be able to trace your great, 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 great parents' lineage back here. Either through the transatlantic slave trade or just being here as a Native American that didn't decide to stay where you was at, like a lot of people like in Mississippi and places like that, Alabama, Florida. A lot of those people are just Native Americans. You can look at their facial structures. If you look at the picture of a bunch of old Indians and you look at some pictures of people in southern Mississippi or in New Orleans area, they look all the same. Like if you look up a certain distinct group of Indians and you take a picture of a certain part of Florida, people will look the same. So I think reparations is a necessary tool because of the labor given to this country by African American people. But even with that said, if I see some fucked up shit happen to some innocent white people, I ain't gonna be like, well, I'm glad it was them. If I see a earthquake, nigga, in Aruba, Mexico, nigga, somewhere else, I'm gonna be like, damn, that's fucked up. I don't care what part of the world I see tragedy in, I'm gonna be like, damn, that's fucked up. Now, sometimes I might hear a news story, motherfucker be like, oh man, a mother beat her daughter with a phone book. You be like, damn, I hope it ain't black people. I mean, that's just natural. But if it is, I don't feel no less of myself, you know, I don't give a shit. That's on them. So, we as a people, right? I still got compassion for people. And I still give people the benefit of understanding when I meet you. When I meet you, first of all, the interaction is going to be brief. Wherever we at is no reason to be hostile to each other, regardless of what your beliefs are. You don't think you've stood next to a man that probably believe everything, the opposite of everything you believe, but you there with your kid, he's there with his kid. Hey, how you doing? Cool, man, waiting on this rain. How your kids have fun? Yeah, they did. She didn't like the thing. All right, man, be safe. I don't give a fuck who he voted for as a man with his daughter. So if we can see the world more like that, and then look at the internet shit, look at the divisive shit as a tool used against us and laugh at it, then it's cool. Like, I crack jokes, but when I'm out of town, what's up, amigo? What's up? Hey, whatever, whoever you are. I know how to talk to you. And we don't have to brown nose each other, but I'm going to give everybody, anybody I meet, white or whatever, a level of civility. But you white folks, y'all got to relax too. Come on with, like, you know, the racist jokes, man, the bullshit, like, you know, how long y'all gonna beat the George Floyd horse, man? You know, like, first time you argue with somebody, white or Hispanic, they bring up George Floyd. Let's let that man rest in peace. See, what happens is we spew all this evil in the atmosphere. And it affects how some people interpret the internet. And it makes the internet a bad place for a lot of people. Because a lot of people just might want to read some jokes without all the nasty shit. Like, stop looking for hurtful words to use to harm black people. We ain't bothering nobody. Shit with each other. ConcreteJeansMedia.com, man. You see this Muhammad Ali shit, Contenders Clothing. You see it, man. Muhammad Ali cover of Sports Illustrated. You see it. You know what I mean? I'm feeling good. I'm looking good, man, like a champ. I got my sea moss. I got my vitamins, man. I got my turmeric, my elderberry. I'm feeling good, man. My multivitamins. I'm back on the dumbbells. You know what I'm saying? Life is good. Life is good. Chicago Bears fans, what's happening, man? I went heavy on Caleb Williams at the beginning of the year. I ain't gonna lie, G. But I saw some positive. They was 4-2. Things were looking well. And then that dude had the flex at the end of the Washington game, gave up the Hail Mary, and it's just been ever since. Caleb Williams, bro, like, I feel for you, man. You know, it's rough. The Bears probably should have fired their coach last year and came in with a new coach, new quarterback regime. Y'all see his, y'all see his picture of this nigga, man. Come on, bro. This, yeah. Yeah, this nigga silly. Yeah, but nah, man, they need to come up new quarterback regime, man. They should have started fresh, bro. He makes a lot of what the hell is he doing plays sometimes, but it's hard to get this man a fair grade considering the team and the personnel he on the field with, bro. The incompetence that he's on the field with. Why would you bring back a coach that you really didn't like for a year with a new rookie quarterback, bro? Just start over. And you know what I don't understand, bro? Somebody explain this to me that's more versed in the NFL. Here go, not the race card again, guys. But I just got a question first, and then I'm going to get into Caleb Williams. But I want to talk about his coach. Do you know a white football coach sometimes can be awful and still get to start the year with Caleb Williams? I remember situations like the dude in Carolina, the black man, Steve Wilkes. Amazing record. They wanted to go in a different direction. They went a different direction. I respect your decision as a franchise to go in a different direction. But all I'm saying is, let's really use it when it's affordable. Like, let's really make it count in situations that make sense. Don't say we the Bears. We get rid of Justin Fields. All right? We started from scratch. Justin Fields was the problem. He got to go. We drafting this guy to USC, number 1 pick. He's going to bring a whole level of enthusiasm to the city. Let's A, get a new coach. B, draft some. You drafted a lineman. He kind of was talking crazy. He was getting whipped on. But build a better offensive structure for your quarterback. Let him walk into something. Not a Green Bay Packers is good. To say, here, Jordan Love, this is what we doing. This who you behind. Now, I know this nigga, walk around and shit, put himself in the septic tank and shit with the mask on and shit, but this is who you behind. He's a great quarterback. Watch him. Study. Learn the consistent offense that we've been running for XYZ. Any tweaks we put in this offense, you're going to grow as we grow together. Jordan Love turns out to be a hell of a quarterback. Josh Allen, hey, here's this coach. He's a pretty good coach, we think. We sticking with him. Here's your coach. Here's your coordinator. Let's go rock out. Come on, man. Like, when you switch things up on a guy. So here's Caleb Williams coming in first year. And I'm not making excuses for his bad play, but I am just stating the facts. His first year, you got a coach that's probably going to be fired. Your cornerback was flexing for the crowd, gave up a Hail Mary. And your O-line gets shred every play. You running for your life doing pirouettes. And stop doing all that. But you're running for your life as soon as the ball snaps. And you factor in your coach is probably finna get fired this year. So now next year, you're going to have to start over with another new coach. That ain't all on Caleb Williams. That's all I'm saying. Circumstances matter. Situations you go in matter. 30-12 last night. Vikings was spectacular. Great game. Justin Jefferson, Addison. Aaron Jones, 86 yards, 4.8 a carry. Sam Darnold, 24-40, 231. Just a spectacular game by the Minnesota Vikings. Just a way to take care of business, just to see where a team's temperature at the end of the year. Bears play hard, man. Bears scrapped out. Swift, Moore played good. Keenan Allen played well. Odunze had a couple of catches, 40 yards. So, great game. You know what I'm saying? Bears fought. They just don't come out with enough offensively. They don't have the weapons to keep up with people. You know, you field goal, 0-0, red zone, nothing, fumble, touchdown, penalty. You're not going to be able to keep up with people like that. Great game, Justin Jefferson, 773, Addison, 763, Hockenson, 552. Minnesota, 12-2. Right now, this is the hot pick. Everybody's saying take a couple of $100 and put it on Green Bay Packers to win NFC. How y'all feel about that? You got you got Philly, who's looking amazing right now. You got Detroit, and you got Philly, Detroit. You got Tampa Bay in the South. Who's winning the NFC West? The Rams, I guess. But man, those Packers can go on the road and beat some people, man. Green Bay is my sleeper. I think I'll probably put something on Green Bay to either make the NFC Championship or win the NFC. I've even seen a couple of people, my guy Carolina Connect, he tweeted it. I like Green Bay to win it. And then somebody else I seen tweeted Green Bay to win it. I like that. We also have Falcons, Raiders. I mean, just disgusting football, man. The Raiders want Shador. I'd love to see that happen. And before I get into that game, I got a question. Where would you rather see Shador Sanders? New York Giants, Las Vegas Raiders. Me personally, I'd rather see him in L.A. playing on the West Coast. Vegas playing on the West Coast. Raiders, city is going to be crazy every game. Stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be a spectacle, but you can play and grow and make some mistakes. It ain't like the spectacle that's going to be with, like, the Giants. You know what I'm saying? And you playing, bro. You playing in a spaceship. Controlled temperatures. L.A., you know what I'm saying? Kansas City, Denver. That's not bad at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah. And I just think the Raiders will have more grace. I think Mark Davis wants to make it a legacy pick. The Giants don't have has the Giants ever have they had a couple of black quarterbacks. I think they had Geno Smith, I don't know. But I just think the Raiders fit his personality, fit his game, the short stuff, the crossing route. You want that in a controlled environment. It's that kind of conference. That kind of division, rather. You get the stage. You get Pat Mahomes twice a year. You get Justin Herbert twice a year. You get the Broncos in the Broncos. You get the Broncos at home. So, to me, if I'm Shador, I definitely as a fan would like to see him go to the Raiders. I'm also partially a Raiders fan, very engaged in the Raiders since I've been frequenting Las Vegas so much for the past 10, 12 years. When I seen the Raiders come out there, I saw that excitement with the city, so I definitely have a spot in my heart for the Raiders, and I think Shador would be amazing. I have spoken to Raiders fans who are comfortable with Cam Ward. I think either player would be great, but I think for an NFL marketing standpoint, I feel like Shador Sanders in Las Vegas is a home run. So we'll see how it go. Game wasn't nothing exciting. 15-9, I believe. Kirk Cousins, I don't know what's going on with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, 11-17, 112 yards. Kirk Cousins, noted parlay killer. Bijan Robinson, 22, 125. The parlays is there. I just ain't putting them together. It ain't nobody's fault but mine. I'm big on accountability, dog. Yeah, I'm big on accountability. Really big. Big on everything, though. So, yeah, I don't know what's up with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, noted parlay killer. The Raiders want the top pick, so what can I say? The Falcons still have an outside shot at the division. I think they got the tiebreaker with Tampa. Schedule, I don't know what Atlanta got left. Let me see. Atlanta Falcons still. So Atlanta has the Giants in Atlanta. They should win that. They got Commanders at Washington. That's going to be a little dicey, especially Washington's like 9-5. They sniffing around. And then you got Falcons, Panthers, which will be dicey because the Panthers will want to destroy all playoffs hopes of the Falcons. But it can happen. Versus the Bucks, who have a game lead on them. Buccaneers got Cowboys in Dallas. That can be dicey. Panthers in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay snuck by the first one. They might blow them out on this one. And then Saints in Tampa. That should be a dub for Tampa. So it's looking gloomy for the Falcons, looking spooky. It's hard when you just miss the playoffs because then you get like right in the middle of the pack. So your front office got to really do that work. I just don't know. A lot of people calling for Michael Penix. It might not be time for Michael Penix yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, let the season play out. Obviously, they know what they know. If he can stay clean, stay on that sideline, keep working, get better, when it's time, his time, it'll be right. Ain't no reason to just throw him out there now just because you ain't happy with Kirk. You signed Kirk for $90 gazillion. Excuse me. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. Follow me on all socials. You ain't getting this shit too many places. I don't think so. See the drip, man. Indiana Pacers. Shout out Dale Davis. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas shit. Reggie Miller, Wesley Person. Now, I remember the niggas took the Celtics 5 games. I want them niggas beat the Celtics so bad. NBA was not having that shit. Yeah, you got to take care of your mental health, doc. Whatever you got to do, bro, take care of your mental health. You got to make that happen. I don't care what you got to do. I don't care how you got to do it. But when it comes to your mental health, bro, you got to make that happen. ASAP. There can't be no games. Can't be no, I get to it tomorrow. I get to it next week. Nah, bro. If it's something going on in your head that don't make you feel comfortable, talk to somebody. Even God. But preferably your lady. You know, ideally you got an uncle, big brother, you know what I'm saying, cousin, somebody you could talk to, the big homie, you know what I'm saying, somebody, bro. Your nephew, your kids. But if you ain't right in the head, bro, get that out your head. Don't keep sitting with it. Don't keep trying to analyze yourself. It's too difficult. That's why I grabbed this here mic and I became one of the best at it. Because my trauma is real. So I can teach you like, hey, man, whatever you dealing in your brain, bro, you kick it out, kick it around for a second. If it ain't went nowhere, talk to somebody. That's why it's good to have a good woman, bro, good significant other. You can bounce your deepest thoughts, your deepest fears off of. Hey, honey, well, I'm feeling like this. I thought about this one time with my mother. This happened. I think this affected me like this. I seen this with my dad. And not be ashamed to be vulnerable. Ain't no bigger blessing as a man. To have a woman you can confide in and then, you know, eventually have kids you can confide in. Are you winning? So I'm just telling you, brothers, and get a copy of my book, The Game Changer, 8 Tips to Find Peace, man. I'm allowed to say these things because I can do these things because I've survived these things. And I'm still surviving these things on a daily basis. So whatever you dealing with, whatever guilt you got on your chest, man, whatever you dealing with in your head, bro, you don't have to sit on that shit by yourself, bro. Like, find you some help. Get you some help, B. Like, don't be alone in your four-corner room staring at candles. Kick the tires. Talk to somebody. Call one of your homies. Hey, let's go get a brew, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, I need somebody to talk to, man. Hey, I got homies I used to have to just sit next to while they drink, bro. All right, man, you drunk, bro. Let me get you to the crib. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure you get to the crib, bro. Let me follow your car. Get you to the crib. All right, my nigga, in the crib. I'll holler at you. But whatever it is, get it out your head, bro. Especially if you got a person. And I want to say this. If you got a person who lost a parent around the holidays, check on that person. If you got a bond with somebody that you know lost a parent and you know that pain, guide them through that pain. Talk to them. Let them know you'll be there for them. Let them know it ain't nothing you can say, but let them know you there for them if they just need to be heard, need to have a physical presence around them. See, this world's really about compassion and currency. That's the real currency, compassion and relationships. That gets you to the money. The money that impresses everybody, but the real currency is the ability to talk, the ability to get people to listen, the ability to have compassion to form imprint on people's minds. It's like, hey, say, man, that dude Sauce McKenzie, that's really that guy. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, man. I love y'all. We doing this. Yeah, well, I got school shooter. Talked about that. Daniel Penny at the Army-Navy game. Man, oh man. Vigilantes, who get to be heroes? Do you ever think, what would be the reaction if Barack Obama took O.J. Simpson to the Army-Navy game? Boy, that should be epic. But now, you know, shit, our life means something, you know what I'm saying? And stand your ground is a real thing. Somebody fucking with you. But how far do you go for justice, being a vigilante? And what I'm saying is, I want people to understand the doors and the portals you open when you start cheering for vigilantes. People who do the business instead of the policemen, and they get by with it. That puts everybody on edge. It ain't the criminal, it's the vigilante sometimes. Because he ain't trained to know who the criminals are. And I don't want you to hear my shit if you somebody to cheer when bad things happen to black people. Like, nah. Because I don't cheer when bad things happen to white people. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just think that man should have been kept at a distance. Because what happens is when you make somebody a hero, then you get other people trying to be heroes. See, think about black folks, we got to talk about everything. And you don't get a lot of people like me to talk about everything. It's good to see Jess Hilarious back on the Breakfast Club. I am a big Jess Hilarious fan. Her humor, her engagement, the way she tells stories, just her swag, that Be More swag. Not even on no, liking shit. I just think her business model is fly. From the old videos to her come up right now. I respect the comedic side. I think she got great chemistry with Charlamagne and Envy. You know what I'm saying? I think having them three is really good. I do like Lauren. I am a big fan of Lauren LaRosa. I just think her role is on the grind, being that kind of, hey, this is what I do type girl right now. But she got good chemistry too. So I think it was a win-win for the Breakfast Club. It's a win-win for Jess fans, new Lauren fans. I think both sides were a little tense when when it seemed like Jess was on her way back. But I think everything worked out smooth. I think the Breakfast Club hit a home run. I really did. I'm not going to talk about Travis Hunter no more, because that's still a young black man. He got a daddy. Anything that I feel like I want to tell him, that's his daddy business. Now, true, his relationship is in the public eye. But at first, when it first popped and the jokes, I popped a couple of jokes off, but it was really just between me and the niggas with the sense of humor like me and the chicks with the sense of humor like me on Twitter or something. It wasn't nothing trying to be too hard on a young man. It was more joking. Like, oh, that's a red flag. That's this. But I was being honest. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, bro, that is a young man whose whole relationship is being scrutinized on social media. To have a bunch of niggas born in the 70s and 80s talking about this man's relationship is somewhat on some Hollywood Unlocked shit. I'm not finna get up here and give a thesis about some teenage kids and their love life. They was 40-something, we could maybe get more into the jokes. 22, nigga already in the league, maybe. But it's something about an innocence to him, what he's been through. I just feel like I ain't gonna do no whole think piece on his relationship. And this is coming from a man that feel like too many black athletes marry Hispanic women. So this is just, man, like, and this stance may change. I hope not, but it may change. It's too many people piling on right now, and I don't want to ride that wave. You know what I'm saying? And listen, this don't change my stance, bro. Too many black athletes leave generational wealth and marry Hispanic women. Non-black women. That's my heel. But as far as the overabundance of analyzation on this young man's relationship, the individual attacks on this man's relationship, hearing his voice as a father, hearing Travis Hunter defend myself with just, and he got a father. So like his daddy is a nigga, bro. I'm sure he got uncles and cousins. Like, let them talk to him. Hey, the public, because if he do get somebody else, y'all ain't gonna be happy with that person either. So yeah, it may be some things to have an opinion about, but at some point, if you 20 years plus older than somebody, and then they already crying out like, hey man, you old nigga, stay out my relationship. I think as an old nigga, you owe it to that nigga to really not get in this relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Like, if a nigga got the nuts to say, hey man, you old niggas worrying about my life, this is my life, that's kind of like a SOS, like, nigga, get out of my motherfucking business. You know what I'm saying? And I think as a player, and a father, You know what I'm saying? I got sons around nigga age, so if my son was saying, could you please old niggas leave me alone, I would want most old niggas to fall back. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get a kid grace, give him grace. He's a young man, it's his life. We've seen this movie before. And none of us like how it's going to play out, or it may play out. We hope it don't play out, but that's still his personal experience to go through. You know what I mean? People wild as hell and don't wake up till they go to jail. Or they date somebody and they don't understand till they see the person really ain't shit. That same thing, man. Sometimes he got to bump his head. But we can't. Now, she gonna have to shut the fuck up, bro. All right? Black man, you Travis, I'm rooting for you. You just won a Heisman Trophy. Amazing accomplishment. Why are we talking about this woman? You see what I'm saying? Everybody piggybacks off Black American culture. Y'all gonna make this woman famous before he even marry her. I don't care about the relationship, but what I do care as a culture, we gotta do better. And you can't control who your kids love. I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all know that. I don't know if y'all had children old enough to be teenagers. Wait till your daughter date the guy that you don't like. Wait till your son date the girl that you don't like. If they like them, it's nothing you can do about it, bro. Absolutely nothing, bucko. Hold on. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, baby. I'm going to start. Follow me on all socials. Concrete Genius Pod on Instagram and YouTube. Concrete Genius Media on Facebook. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com on TikTok, man. Let's run them numbers up. They say I got to be more consistent with it. I'm going to be more consistent with it. But Travis Hunter, man, God bless. Live your life. Your life has taken over the internet this weekend. People respect your accolades. A lot of people are just tired of what they feel young black men being preyed on, bro. Especially because the thing about it is, if a non-black woman had a money sign on her finger, everybody would be calling her gold digger. But I digress, because it's a slippery slope, and I said I was going to stall it out. So let me stall it out. Last but not least, ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. Get a copy of my book, The Game Changer, 8 Tips for Manifying Peace. So, as we try to let the Kendrick and Drake beef die for the 999th day in a row, Wayne got on Undisputed and said he called Kendrick and congratulated him for the Super Bowl. If you my man, bro, man, ain't no calling the ops, bro. Now, it's business. Wayne is a businessman. Wayne is also a gentleman, exact to the culture of hip hop. So I respect it. And I also think that it's some turbulence to the relationship of Drake and Wayne. So that was in the news. I think it was an honorable thing for Wayne to do. I think he admitted, it wasn't Kendrick's fault, and he was honest enough to say he still wanted to go, but it wasn't Kendrick's fault. And I think Lil Wayne deserves grace. Lil Wayne is a hip-hop icon. He deserves grace as he processes things in real time in his mind. See, don't nobody know you got that eviction notice but you. Don't nobody know, shit, your wash and dry don't work but you. But Lil Wayne got to process not going to the Super Bowl in front of 98 billion people, asking him how he feel. Like, so, nah. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody know you got that STD but you. So why are you putting so much pressure on Lil Wayne being mad because he didn't get to go to the Super Bowl? Shit. Don't nobody know your credit score 414 but you. Same as Milwaukee area code. So why you put so much pressure on Lil Wayne to be perfect? Get that man grace. He earned it. It's hip hop. So yeah. I don't know how I feel about a nigga calling my op. I don't think Drake and Wayne is as cool as they normally are. I'm hoping we can have a good 2025. Kendrick can perform his music. I don't think the beef going nowhere. Not Like Us will get performed in the Super Bowl, at the Super Bowl. So let us carry on. GNX will get played. I mean, let's carry on. The white man that said he was going to rape Kendrick or make love to him. I saw he had 50 Cent on the show. A lot of range of thoughts processed in my head watching the clip. Because I'm a big fan of 50 Cent. His movies, his come up style, business acumen, and his ability to say whatever he wants to say. And if you follow 50 Cent online, that's kind of the basis of all his humor. So I think he was being himself. I know he's being himself. But the context and the contrast come in. The problem with people is the comedian guy. Like, if it's comedy, I ain't never seen nothing funny about wanting to fuck another man. You can crack jokes on black people. You know what I'm saying? You can get your shit off, but in the name of comedy, most black people don't play the sexual game. So my thought process is different. But at the end of the day, I move with common sense and not emotion. Because parts of me feel like, damn, that's 50 Cent. It brought levity to the situation. It smoothed it out. But nah, I just don't agree with being up there with him. It ain't even being up there with white people. I don't like Charlamagne up there with him. Because I feel like I don't want to have a joint venture. If you're going to push the envelope, go on the other side of that motherfucker. Like, don't shuck and jive with me. Sit across the table with me like a man. Let's talk about why you feel like you can push this envelope. Like, don't do it in a joking manner. So that's why I don't really agree with the comedian and everything. But I'm not finna rage hype 50 Cent. I just ain't. No. Nah. Because I think two things can be true. Like, I feel like he was himself. Same jokes he cracking on IG, same shit. But who he was cracking them with and the context of the knee slapping, the joking, it was just more a problem of who it was. Because, I mean, everybody got people, white people you might crack some jokes with. That's no biggie. But it's hard to crack a joke, laugh at a joke, share some shit with somebody say they gonna. Ain't nothing funny about rape. So saying you want to make love to a motherfucker, like, somebody should tell you that shit wasn't funny. That's my thing. Like, that's all it is. Like, other than that, all the other shit, the semantics of it, I don't get into the name calling. I don't get into who can do what, because different cultures do different things. Different places of the map do different things. But just the sexual assault shit, nah, man, chill. Especially when you was on some hit dog holler shit because it ain't even 100% sure that he was saying don't let no black woman make no comedian make no joke about no black woman. That's law. He could have been talking to multiple people. But he wanted to take the baton and run with it. Sit it out, man. You know what I mean? Like, to the people that's giving at that relevance, it's not funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can crack jokes on different cultures and still be funny. But certain things you say are not going to be funny. And as black people, we got to have some sense of pride in some of the shit we laugh at. But that's just me personally. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, baby. We don't miss. Get a copy of my book, The Game Changer. 8 Tips to Find Peace. Pray for peace. Gotta keep the guns out the hands of these kiddos, man. Oh, World Cup. Who you like tonight? I like SGA. See what the spread is, cuzzo. I'm really good at this podcast and shit, man. I just gotta do it more consistently. That's really all it is. And follow me on TikTok. If you're not, my TikTok be jumping out the gym like some Orville Redenbacher popcorn. And that's ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, TikTok. Come on, man. Let me log into my FanDuel, B. I don't even got to log in and see the spread, though. Hold up. I'm hungry than a hostage. Yeah, got me some leftover taco salad. Make me a taco bowl salad in this. Gosh. You know what I mean? Been crazy, been stupid. Oh, my God. I want to throw up. One motherfucker on my parlay. That's what I get. Oh, my God. Anyway. Thunder -5, over under 216. I like the under. Close game. That 5 is going to be dicey. It's coming down to free throws. But I think Thunder pull away at the end, win by like 9-11. I think the Thunder going to be your champs, but it could get a little sticky if the Bucks can slow the game down. If you can get to halftime, it's in the 50s. Both teams got the 50s. That's right up the Bucks' wheelhouse. If the Bucks got 60, OKC in the 50s, that's right up the Bucks' wheelhouse. They just got to keep the young boys from running, make a play a half-court game, and they got a shot. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, we don't miss.org. Follow me on all socials, man. I love you. Let's catch up. Let's stay up, man. Pray for your mental health. Pray for your peace. And get a copy of my book, The Game Changer. 8 Tips for Man to Find Peace. I love you, man.